Hi there, Blazer owners. Today in your 2019 Chevrolet Blazer, we're going to be test fitting etrailer's tilting and folding cargo carrier. This cargo carrier has an inner dimensions of 24 inches by 60 inches and offers a 500-pound carrying capacity. I weigh close to 200 pounds, and you can see there's no problem with me here in the carrier, and even when I bounce up and down a little bit, it's very stable inside of the receiver. The perimeter of our cargo carrier has rails that run around it to help keep your cargo inside with a depth of 5.5 inches. This railing can also be used to provide you with plenty of tie-down points to keep all of your gear strapped down nice. On bottom, we've got a mesh floor, and I prefer having a mesh floor because it's going to be enough surface area to keep most items you want in here without anything falling through. But if you have any raining days, inclement weather, or maybe you did some mudding and you got your clothes all dirty, you can throw all that stuff back here, and any dirt and debris that gets on your cargo carrier, you can simply spray it off with a hose. This also means, too, if you're driving around on a rainy day and you've got your gear back here, that moisture is not going to collect into here. It's just going to drain right out, so you don't have to worry about your items being too waterlogged. This is a tilting and folding cargo carrier. If we open up our lift gate here, we can see at about this point here is where we kind of break over our cargo carrier. So if you have any items that are loaded up higher than this, when you try to open the lift gate, it may contact those items. From the top of the rail to this point, it's about 27 inches. Now, most likely you're not going to have it loaded up that tall, but if you've got a lot of light items that are very large, you may. The cargo basket here will tilt away. You'll have a pin located here that we'll need to remove. We'll pull out the pin there, and then it can simply drop down. And this little bit of tilt here doesn't seem like much, but really makes a big difference because our gear that was loaded up is not going to be straight anymore. It's going to be tilted off this way, so our lift gate's going to easily be able to close without breaking over that point. Now, if you are intending on loading your cargo carrier up to the point where it's going to be really high here at the back, it can obstruct your tail lights and your license plate. We've got lighting kits as well as license plate relocation brackets available here at etrailer.com. And getting those moved back on your cargo carrier will ensure people behind you know your intentions when going down the road, and it'll also keep you legal in all states. Now, you do want to keep in mind when your cargo carrier is on, you have added quite a bit of length to your vehicle. So from our bumper to the furthest point at the back here, it's about 41 inches. We also want to keep in mind that when going up an incline, that our ground clearance here at the back has more of a tilt to it since it's further away from the back of the vehicle. And it's about 17.5 inches here at the back. Our closest point here is going to be about 16 inches. You'll just want to keep those measurements in mind, and those are going to be approximate because depending on the manufacturer's hitch that you've got installed in there, you might have some slight variations in those distances. To help minimize the distance that your cargo carrier is going to have when it's unloaded, we can make it easier to get into those parking spots and in your garage without having to take the cargo carrier off by tilting it up. You have two pins here. We're going to remove the lower one first. Now that we've got that one out of the way, we can go ahead and remove the other pin. Usually helps if you lift up just a little bit to pull that pin out. And then our cargo carrier can flip up, and we can reinsert the pin here at the bottom to hold it in its upright position. Sometimes you just got to give it a little wiggle to get it through, and then we'll put the clip back in. We also want to make sure that we reinstall our other pin so we don't lose it. In this position, our furthest point now is here at the back at only 16 inches. And our closest point to the ground is significantly closer to the vehicle, so that pivoting that's going to happen on the wheels is going to be a lot less. And the lowest point now is about 15 inches, but we're much closer to the back of the vehicle. The closest point is going to be here where our carrier is tilted up, and that's about 6 inches. This cargo carrier is designed to work in Class 3 2-inch receivers, and it's secured using the included anti-rattle bolt. And this is going to ensure that there's no play between our cargo carrier and our hitch. We can see the whole vehicle and everything moving there when I shake it. And a collar is also included with it, and the purpose of this is once you've got your cargo carrier slid in, you can then butt this up against your receiver and tighten it down. So this way, whenever you take it out and reinsert it, the hole's always going to line up with your receiver. So you're not fiddling with pushing this thing in and out because it is pretty heavy and a little cumbersome to get in and out and get that hole lined up.
Here on our test course, we'll start by going through the slalom. This is going to show us the side-to-side action. This simulates turning corners or evasively maneuvering. Once we get to the full speed bumps, we'll see the up and down action. This will be just like driving in and out of a parking lot, parking garage, or driveway. Once we get to the alternating speed bumps, we'll see the twisting action. This will simulate hitting a curb or pothole or driving over uneven pavement.
And that completes our test fit of eTrailer's tilting and folding cargo carrier on our 2019 Chevrolet Blazer.